Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. In the last part we were exploring the desert, but this time the desert's trying to explore us, I guess. The Mirage Tower appeared when I was getting rid of some items. So the Mirage Tower appears randomly after you've talked to the Fossil Maniac at least once in Fall Arbor. So there's a bunch of wild Pokemon in here. It's not too bad. Actually, who's in my lead? Crobat. There's not too many dangerous things in here. There's some wild Pokemon, but it's mostly the reward at the top. We're gonna have some mock bike puzzles, which I fail immediately. Alright, let's see if we can do... Nope. Alright, we're gonna need to... Nope. I hate these puzzles. Sometimes I'm just an utter failure at. Anyway, there are two things you can get from this place. Alright, earlier start. Finally got a while about. But there are two Pokemon you can get from this Mirage Tower. They are fossil Pokemon, so as of right now, you will only get one. I, for some reason, thought I had Bite. I have no idea why. No idea. Maybe I haven't even played another Pokemon game recently. Why do I think I have Bite? Feint Attack. That's great. Thanks. I'm going to switch off Manectric then, and we'll go to Crobat. Really? You're just going to be irritated. But there are two fossils you can find at the top. You have the Root Fossil, which contains Lileep, which is a Grass Rock type. Interesting type. Now, the thing that really sucks about both the fossil Pokemons, as I'll come to say, is they are pretty bad. They are pretty bad without some very helpful things you have to go out of your way for. I do plan to have a Cradily on my team, though I will not be using the specific one I get for reviving the fossil. It's going to be a breeding chain that I'm going to show off, but that'll be far down the line. It's going to be a long time. The thing that really sucks about both fossil Pokemon as well is that level 40 evolutions. Meaning it's going to be a long time before these things evolve. So prepare for that. Also, both of them kind of have a terrible like level up move pool. It's pretty bad. Overall, it's especially like Lileep and Cradilies, it's probably the worst in the game. There we go. It's not the worst. It's one of the worst, though. It's really bad. One thing that's really good about both the fossil Pokemon, though, I guess I should just say Armaldo or Anorith as well. It's a rock bug type instead of a rock grass type, like Lileep and Cradily is. They're both very slow. They have good breeding moves. In Rock Slide, they both have access to Rock Slide, while Cradily has Recover, and Armaldo can get Swords Dance, which is very useful because Armaldo rocks 125 attack, which is very good, of course. It has a better move pool, level of move pool anyway, than Cradily, though not by much. It gets Slash at least. You have to take bonuses, I guess. Oh yeah, luckily we have rocks. Why would I do this? Why wouldn't I just... There we go. I don't know why I'm trying to use Rock Smash twice. Wait. Yeah, that's a dead end. Okay, I was just making sure. I don't want to miss anything. One thing that really sucks about both Pokemon, though, is not only are they very slow, but just the moves they have access to are very out of the way. If you have never played a Pokemon game, you are not choosing these people at all. So don't even bother. Like at all. Alright, we need the Root Fossil. And actually what really sucks is because I need no, actually I could just pick it up. Root Fossil, yep. It doesn't matter. I was thinking that gender is determined here. No, it's actually when you revive the fossil. So as soon as you do this, the Mirage Tower will collapse, meaning that you cannot pick up the fossil, as we'll come to see. Falls into the sand right there, and never to be seen again. Now, if you were playing Ruby and Sapphire, I believe I already showed you the location of the fossil location where you can find it. And in Ruby and Sapphire, it's actually impossible to get the other fossil. You get one per save file. Here in Emerald, there's a way of doing it. It's way after you beat the Elite Four. No, right after you beat the Elite Four, not way after. I really wish, like, Crobat could just kill everything in one hit. Though it's pretty bulky. But after you beat the Elite Four, you can talk to the Fossil Maniac, or go to a Fossil Maniac, and there'll be a nice little place where you can pick up the second fossil. So in Emerald, you can get both. Though I'm not sure why you would want both, considering they're both incredibly hard to raise, and adding another one to the mix. Like, maybe one, which is my plan. I want Cradily as my tank of the team. I usually plan for a tank. I believe I already showed. Yeah, I already came up here. But if you want to know where the fossils are, they're in the top right corner for Ruby and Sapphire. I know I'm probably restating this, but seems like I'm good at that. So, if you really want both fossil Pokemon, Emerald's your best bet. It's easier. If you want to use both fossil Pokemon in your team, you're going to have to trade, and even then, it's probably not worth it. They're both rock types. Cradily actually weak to some really weird types, which makes it a very good tank. It's not that it's weak to weird types, it's just, it's very uncommon in this game specifically. Ice is one of them. There's not a lot of ice types in this game. There are some, we'll come across some, but it's not a very common type in most games even. It's weak to fighting, which we'll come across a few fighting Pokemon that can probably hurt us, but not too bad. Poison. No, it's not poison, sorry. It's not weak to poison. Is it? No, it's weak to steel. Which we'll come across quite a few steel Pokemon. I really hate... I should just put Marshtomp in the lead so it doesn't get hit by Sandstorm. But, nonetheless, we have to keep the even experience going. Why am I going up this way? We still have the rest of the desert to explore. So, in the next few parts, probably after we beat Norman, I'm going to be... No, I might just put the root fossil in the PC. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That way I don't have to waste time. I'll be doing that. I'll be reviving it when I start the breeding chain, which won't be for a long time. It's just how it has to be. Because ultimately, it's going to be a long process no matter what I do. And adding an extra step will make it maybe clearer or add some space. I don't know. I'm still trying to think. Bad idea. I can't think. We have finally, for 30 years, I have searched for ancient... Oh, this is a Ruin Maniac trainer class. These are only... Is it Ruin Maniac? Yeah. Ruin Maniacs only appear in certain areas where you can find actually the Regis. The Regis are a trio of legendaries that are actually very interesting, and they're really powerful in the games. In the third generation, Regice is easily the best, in my opinion. Gain access to Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. I'll explain them as like we go to catch them. Sandvale, really? Really? Marshtomp, where are you? I should just be using Marshtomp. I don't know why. I planned on not using Marshtomp for the next gym, so... I don't know why I'm making this so difficult. Sand attack. Please do not be this guy. Alright. Come on, Sandstorm. This is so irritating. Thank you for hitting. Please kill it. Please do not shame me by not killing it. Thank you. I know Marshtomp isn't that powerful on the special side. One thing I do want to note for fossil Pokemon specifically is that they start at a specific level. I believe in Fire Red and Leaf Green is level 5. Here, I think it's also level 5, though it might be level 15. I get them mixed up every now and then. We're just going to go to Marshtomp. But we will be coming across a little structure Working out with Pokemon feels mighty good. It's inspiring. Oh, dude, run and then call after you're done. It's exercise. Take it seriously. You can't do that. Yeah, but you'll only find Ruined Maniacs around the areas where Regice, Regirock, and Registeel are. This is, of course, the location where... I believe this is Regirock. It doesn't really matter because how you open this is the same way for all three. And it's locked right now, but I'll be explaining it probably after the 7th gym. I believe it has to be after the 7th because that's the earliest portion, or earliest time you can do it, I think. Because you need dive. So, actually, I think you might be able to do it. I don't remember. I usually do it after like 7 or right before 8, I think it is. It's usually one of the last things I do. And this game is freaking huge with all of its water, so I'm getting my mind mixed up. Marshall's actually pretty close to evolving. It's not super close, but as you can see, it's only 5 levels, which is nice. We have Takedown, which, I mean, sure, it's better than Tackle. I'm not going to use Tackle, but also this will be switched out for something pretty soon. Marshtomp is going to have an interesting, like, it's probably going to be the move pool that changes the most as we go, because it's kind of like picking up the pieces, so to say. We're going to get Surf eventually, which, yeah. And then we'll get Earthquake, which it learns by level up very late. And of course, the one person I fight that has a freaking Meryl. I would love... Can you just one-shot it so I don't have to deal with it, Marshtomp? Physical attack is high. Yay! I love one-shotting stuff. Cool. Oh, we have Lombre. Ew. Where's my Crobat? Should have probably sent out Electric. Electric? Now I'm not... I had the problem where I was calling Electric Manectric, and now I've switched the two. Sometimes. And I love the Sandstorm. This is my greatest thing. Fake out, really? You're gonna make me sit through another Sandstorm? Except, guess what? Inner Focus, which I totally forgot. So thank you, Crobat, for having your ability matter. And you get a level up, so appreciation. Alright, so the only one that's not a level 30 is, of course, our amazing Manectric that it should be called Electric at this point. Really? Whatever. We're almost done here, and then we can move on to what I consider to be the hardest gym ever. Not ever. It's pretty close, actually. Norman's really difficult, especially in Ruby and Sapphire. Here it's a little bit easier because there's a little more setup you can do, which you will actually see me use and abuse as we get there. I'll give you some of my sandwich if you lose. What? Is your sandwich, like, made from... I don't even know. What's the point of that? What's the point of being like, hey, if you lose, I'll hand you some of my sandwich? Like, what's the point? That's one of those phrases that, like, for the longest time, Generation 3, well, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were kind of seen as almost the black sheep of the series. And then later, of course, it got a much more following. But when they originally came out, they weren't seen in that positive light. A lot of the older fans had kind of stepped away. But if, like, there's a few lines in here that if they were, like, if a lot of the older fans, or even, like, when the games originally came out, they were, like, a huge group were playing them, some of these lines would have been remembered just like the Shorts line in Red and Blue. Like, some of these are hilarious. And I think I'm going to end it here. Not a lot going on, but what can you do? Right there, we'll actually see the structure. I'll fully explore it. And we'll get to what's in there later. But that'll be it for right now. Next time, we're probably going to start taking on the 5th gym. So be there. It's going to be a difficult challenge. And of course, till then.